What you're about to see in this box is a truly astonishing artifact. I've been studying the ancient Paracas culture of Peru and their elongated skulls for many years, but this one is truly incredible and very revealing. In this bag are the remains of a baby skull from the Paracas culture of the coast of Peru. That culture existed between 800 BC and about 100 AD. It is an elongated skull, and estimates are that it was either a newborn baby or possibly 3 months old when it died. It is still in the funerary wrappings of cotton that it was originally found with. It is presently in the hands or owned by a private individual in Peru whom I did not meet. I was shown this by a third-party person who wished me to be able to observe it for a few hours because I am regarded as one of the world experts on the ancient culture known as the Paracas. Now, the first obvious thing you can see are the eyes, the nose, and the mouth area. The mouth is incredibly tiny, and the eyes appear to be quite large. The most astonishing aspect of it, of course, is that if it died at childbirth or 3 months old, that it is at least twice the size of a normal Homo sapiens sapiens. Its shape and size are not the result of water on the brain. What you can also make out is this is the neck. This is where the spinal cord and vertebrae enter the skull, and you can see that it's way in the back. In a normal human, it's in the center. So that's a very curious point. Again, the eye is here, nose is there, tiny mouth somewhere here, and look at the overall shape of it. It's absolutely massive for a newborn to 3-month-old. Of course, another obvious characteristic is you see the hair. The hair is not black like Native Americans. The hair is a dark red, which is typical of the ancient Paracas culture of 2,000 plus years ago. They were naturally red-headed, which also could have meant that they had very light skin, because light skin and red hair go hand in hand. And then on the other side of the skull, again, here's the eye, the left eye, a very tiny nose, very small mouth. It would be an excellent candidate for DNA testing, if that is possible. Again, the owner is someone who does not want his name listed, and as strange as it sounds, pre-Columbian artifacts on the coast of Peru, in this area south of Lima, are very common. Many people have them in their houses, and in general, the government of Peru does not seem to mind that. What they do not accept is the exportation of ancient pre-Columbian artifacts. And so do not even bother trying to inquire whether this piece is for sale or not, because it is heavily prohibited to export pre-Columbian artifacts of any kind, including obviously a human skull, out of the nation, the Republic of Peru. And here we have a frontal view. Again, eyes, and you see the red hair, and you see the overall shape of the skull. Now, is this the result of cranial deformation or head binding? Because if it was only newborn, or possibly 3 months old, then that would not be enough time to do headboarding, which normally takes between 6 months and 3 years. And then as we look at the back, again you see that the vertebral column and spinal cord enters way into the back of the skull. This is not normal whatsoever in terms of Homo sapiens sapiens, or us. So this is an absolutely astonishing artifact. You can see that the bone is very, very thin, so that indicates again a very young individual. You can see some of the original textile still attached, and sand and things like that. So again, a quick overview. Location of the vertebrae and spinal column, the very auburn reddish hair, the relatively enormous size for a young baby whose skull should be approximately that big. So we could be looking at twice the normal cranial volume, relatively large eye sockets, very small nose, very small mouth.